Hello everyone. I am back with another video. I wanted to talk about something that I would have liked to see before going all in, since there's so little on the internet about it. Today's video is going to be about the difficulties and challenges about going all in. I will be following up this video with the benefits of going all in, so don't think this is just like to discourage you. On the opposite, actually. Being aware of them only makes you have a higher chance of succeeding. In a very short way, I decided to go all in because I had a pretty bad relationship with food. A driving force that really made me want to do a 180 was the fact that I didn't have my period for about 2 years. At first, not having a period is kind of cool because you're like, oh, I don't need to deal with it. Long term, it's really not good for you. And it is a big sign for women that you are not at a healthy weight for your body. Now, I want to also flag, I am not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. I am just a woman that wants to share my journey with anybody that wants to hear it or wants to listen or needs a little bit of extra support. I'm going to split this video into psychological and physical challenges or difficulties, just to keep this video organized. I like comparing the all-in process and my journey to having a second puberty because it's such an awkward time and there's so many changes that happen. Your hormones are all over the place. You get acne, your boobs grow, like all of the things that you witnessed during your puberty, you might have a very similar experience by going all in. But honestly, the hormones really do chill out. Your body finds a new balance. Something that I struggled with a lot, and I still do. That is why I'm wearing sweatpants and just clothes that aren't tight, is because growing out of your clothes, your old clothes, is hard because you feel like you're not, well, it really feels like you're growing and things get tight and things get uncomfortable. There's some very frustrating experiences when putting on clothes, whether you're going out with friends and your dress doesn't fit like you would like it to, whether that's just like your bras and other things like that, your coats, everything fits a little bit tighter and it can feel very awkward. So I really do recommend buying new clothes. It helps tremendously your mindset because you feel like you're not, stuffing yourself into this piece of clothing that doesn't fit, like those where you're sick clothes. You should be able to feel good at any size that you're in. Yes, it can be expensive to buy new clothes and have this whole new wardrobe, literally, but it's an investment that really is worth it because it will change your experience dramatically by feeling like you're accepting your new body, by just feeling comfortable and confident. Okay, another thing that was very awkward for me at first is that when you come from such a high intensity lifestyle with restrictions and time frames and all of these set of rules, it's so awkward not to do anything. It is a habit that you can rewire. This goes hand in hand with another topic and another challenge, was that I felt tired all the time. And I know that sometimes it could be frustrating because you're like, but why am I tired if I'm resting all the time? Like, I should be energized. I'm eating more. I'm not working out. Like, I should be energized. And yes, later down the line. At first, your body really wants to concentrate all its energies to rebuild what has been damaged. So all the calories and the extra calories that you're eating are going towards that. Last physical aspect that I wanted to touch on was skin. I had no idea that my skin would change so much through this process, and it still is. So at first, I had perioral dermatitis when I was very restrictive. It's basically a rash around the mouth that's kind of like rosacea, kind of like acne, and kind of like eczema. A mix of everything, which is lovely. When I started putting on more weight, it flared back up and then it dimmed back down, and I have not had it since. At the very beginning, from month 1 to 2, my skin was so glowy. I had all the natural production of oils coming back. It felt just so plump and nice. And then I hit this period where I had a 1.5 months of acne around my nose, and on the side of my nose and in between my eyebrows. I have never had that in my life. I could definitely tell that the production of oils in my body was increasing because my hair was oily quicker, my skin was kind of changing. I had some dry areas and then I had some super oily ones, so it was very weird. And now my skin has kind of chilled out again. So the acne has pretty much almost gone. I found some really cool products that I would gladly share with you. Also, another thing that has to do with skin is stretch marks. I was not expecting so many stretch marks. I didn't see anybody really talk about it in other videos on YouTube. Since I didn't expect it, it was hard to accept and I was surprised by it. So having known that I would have stretch marks in certain areas, I would have put more cream or I would have put more oil, but I couldn't know. I didn't know, and this is why I'm here to tell you guys. I also have some great products and tricks that I've been implementing to make them less apparent. These are all kind of byproducts of the weight gain. So yeah, for me, there was like a 2-phase mentality shift that needed to happen for me to completely accept the fact that I was putting on weight and gonna look different. The first phase was to let go of the idea that being bigger was bad, that being bigger would make me less of a person, less interesting, or less listened to. I cannot explain how much that idea has shifted through time. I have such a greater appreciation for the weight. There's a second phase that for me was a lot harder to accept. It was letting go of the idea that being smaller was somewhat better. Now I know that you're a little bit confused right now and you're like, wait, you just said that like being bigger is not bad and now being smaller is not better. I agree, it sounds a little bit confusing, but hear me through. As I said, being bigger is not bad. So once you've accepted like, okay, I can put on this weight and I'm good here, I still had this unconscious rule or feeling that, oh, but like the smaller version of me was better. It's a very slight nuance, because it's one thing accepting yourself at a bigger body and it's another accepting that that is your body. Like there's no other. And that's what I wanted to get at. So hopefully you guys understood what I was trying to explain. Also, a very difficult thing for me was that once you decide to go all in, I had such a high, it's hard to describe, but it's such a liberating feeling. I remember feeling just so light and so happy, and I wanted to talk about it all the time because I felt free. However, the high loses its impact at some point. After your incredible high, you realize that you're just left with yourself at a higher weight, and that some days you feel like you failed. But I'm telling you that the high does come back. The high comes back when you've pushed through that shit and that you find yourself happier, healthier. When your body starts stabilizing, when your hormones come back to a normal state, you start feeling that high again because you're so damn proud of yourself that you pushed through those moments of doubt where you wanted to go back to something that you knew, to something that was comfortable. Be aware that the initial high will wear off, but it will come back. So don't lose sight of your goals. Lastly, I want to talk about people's comments and judgments, because obviously that's a huge part of putting on weight. I feel very blessed to have done it during quarantine because I didn't feel so confronted by the social aspect of it, but you will get comments. No matter if you like it or not. Things that have really helped me get through that, first of all, was to tell people that I was going all in. At first, it's even hard for yourself because you're like, what the hell am I saying? But it really does help to say it to people because then it confirms it for yourself and you don't like back out of it. Self-doubt will happen, but I think that telling people around you that care for you that you're gonna put on weight really does alleviate a lot of the stress about people's perceptions of you in the future. Having those comments in the beginning are difficult. Your mentality changes with time, through the journey, through putting on weight, through self-acceptance. The point that I'm trying to get across is that there are some hard things, and it's not just incredible and beautiful all the time. And putting on weight is something that's not easy in today's society. In my next video, I will talk about all the amazing and positive things that totally, absolutely 100% outweigh the negatives. Please keep in mind, and on a final note, that this process is temporary. So anytime that you feel like you're discouraged, just think it's temporary. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please give the video a like if you did and subscribe. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very, very soon.